What's up, TSU? It's Dave here, bringing you the latest and greatest of talk, talent, and information on the lunchbox. I got with me the former Mr. TSU here, Marcel Scruggs. But before we get into what's going on here, what you got, Damo?
Hey, what's up, TSU? This your girl, Damo. I'm here to give you guys the announcements that's going around in TSU and in Houston. First thing coming up, we have the basketball game featuring Drake and the OVO crew, some Houston rappers as well. I'm from Cali, so y'all know I really don't.
It's all good. How OVO crew coming through? What's next?
It's okay. We got 2 hump dates coming up. One at the Point, and the other one is either in the game room or the Tiger room. For some reason, we don't know yet, but it's 2 coming up. We got the Labor Day Classic on Sunday. Go Tigers! You know.
Hopefully the tickets ain't sold out.
No, the tickets are sold out apparently. For like the student section, they sold out.
What was it, like $30?
It was $30.
So
And it's $20 the park.
Yeah.
guess what? I would not be taking that road trip. I would not.
Now, this Friday, we have Chant
your
Night.
first
For
time.
those of you guys that don't know what Chant Night is, that is when you learn all of the chants that we say at all the football games, and you also learn the
Are we gonna get the? Are we
The shuffle.
Yeah.
There you
Are
go.
we gonna get a good chant? We need. I feel like PV got a live chant.
They do have a live
They
chant,
do.
but
Definitely.
I mean, we TSU, so
What does that mean?
What is it? Yeah, my question.
Oh,
I mean,
We're
come on
better.
now. We need to do better.
hey, it's coming. They're gonna come up with something. All right, y'all, time to get ready for homecoming. You know, it's the best week of the year, my birthday
Yes.
week.
Oh God, really?
It is. October 17th is the jump start to homecoming, and the
Ooh.
game is that weekend. We're playing Jackson State, I believe, so
Yeah.
let's hopefully we could beat them this year.
Hopefully, hopefully that's not
You know,
rain.
Jackson State come deep. You know what I'm saying?
They do come deep.
Yeah, and they come hard. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, we we can knock them off. Let's see what the new football team got. New coach. We got Derek Griffin coming back. Got to find out. We'll find out at
We got Jay
the Labor Day
Kristoff.
at the Labor Day Classic who our starting quarterback is. So
It's Jay Kristoff. They've confirmed
Hold
it.
on, I have a
Jay
question. Are they
Kristoff.
coming back to play or coming back to enroll in school?
No, they coming to play this year.
Okay.
Michael Haywood ain't playing. Now, this isn't an announcement, but this is a statement.
It's no shade.
Kabuta, you wasn't there. Marcel, I believe you was there. A lot of people that were in this room were there. Dave, you was there.
they skipped the
Freshmen
RTF
rock
club.
the house. We're
Shaking my
skipping it.
head. No, they skipped the RTF club.
No, they said that they announced this, but we weren't there. And I was like,
Hold
well,
on, but how
actually,
does that
Jayla,
work?
I know you're not on the mic, but did they even announce RTF club? No, right?
No, they did not.
Listen,
They
the
claim
thing
they
is,
did.
they didn't even have to announce us because I had on our notes. We are not coming up. We're just playing a video. That's all we
But see,
had.
that's why I feel like sometimes, the people in charge actually just always got me messed up in different ways. I just don't get it. Like,
Yeah.
if you're not trying to put us out, don't ask us to be involved in it. That's just me.
That's what I'm
Okay,
saying. And then
well-
we worked hard on that trailer. But
Exactly.
Anyway, it's all good. We'll get it
This
out.
is
No
my
worries.
thing about Freshman Rock the House. There was barely any freshmen there.
That's because you came at the end when everybody
Hey,
left.
don't put me on blast.
She came when
Really?
everybody left.
Really? Okay.
Well,
It was
also,
packed.
like, why is it my first year at TSU? Freshman Rock the House, people stayed from the beginning
To
to
the
the
end.
end.
How long did it last?
Like a good 2 hours.
Okay, this was over 3 hours.
Okay, you're right.
But I'm not trying
I'll
to
be bored.
justify anybody leaving.
Well,
but
all the stuff worth seeing was at the end. Collegiate 100 was at the end. I stayed for DJ Chose, but there was like 10 people in there when DJ Chose came out. And there's always that one girl that want to be twerking right in front of the rapper. Like, she was ratchet, but I mean,
Whatever.
like, hey,
Wow.
like that girl
They
was just
probably don't know who
popping.
DJ Chose is.
Yeah.
I know. I'm from Cali, and I know who that is.
Yeah.
But it was the DJ Chose performance was actually live.
It
And,
had
like,
its ups and downs. SGA they did their best, they worked hard to make sure that this was a good production.
I
But
guess.
yeah, Collegiate
They
100
did?
had a
They
good
worked
thing.
hard.
Collegiate
They
100 had
did?
a good.
Yeah, they worked hard.
You had a good show.
Yeah, y'all had a good show, but nobody was there. That's the thing. Iotas, this is no shade. Iotas was supposed to go last, and they was like, we not going on stage. Cali Club was supposed to go up, didn't go on stage. Shout out to Midwest Club, though, because they went up and they was hype.
Yeah.
Like, I like that.
that was good.
Ron Farmer, he the president of Midwest Club. I just want to shout
I
him
thought
out.
Jasmine is the
For the-
president.
No.
She came on stage and said she was the president. That ain't none of my business, though.
Anyway.
Ron
listen,
Farmer, shout out, bro.
So-
We just here. I'm here for it. For the shade, yeah.
Okay, so let's spend 2 minutes, man, talking about this Chris Brown situation. Matter of fact, 1 minute talking about this Chris Brown situation.
Okay.
Why does everybody keep saying he's the new OJ?
He is.
I just think they just
Bro,
they
all this
just-
media attention for nothing. Like, this is my thing. Why you got helicopters outside this man's house?
live
You know what I'm
TV.
saying?
Like, for
you
what
got
reasons?
you got a whole mobile communication thing outside his man's house. Like it's supposed to be some type of gun battle at this man's crib. You got undercover police officers, helicopters,
He a target.
Facebook Live. I ain't never saw Facebook
That's-
Live.
We just don't need all of them. They should go find Donald Trump. Pretty much, that's what he needs. Not Chris Brown. I'm just saying.
Well, this is my whole thing about it. You guys got to break it down like this. For the people who are saying Chris Brown deserves this, now break it down. This is you. I'm having a get-together at my house. Small get-together.
30 seconds.
Okay, my bad. Dave, Marcel, all y'all, we invited. Y'all all invited in my crib.
Woo-woo.
Now, there's 2 females in there that I don't know in my crib that I did not invite. Technically, y'all are intruders. I'm going to probably take 10 more seconds on this. Y'all are intruders.
Like
I'm telling y'all, y'all have... Look,
yeah.
Hey, shut
I
up.
heard.
Shut
Dave,
up.
20
My
more
birthday-
seconds. Come on. Come on.
Stop. Okay, my birthday kickback was a setback, but I'm here. Okay. So, anyways, there's 2 intruders in there. I don't
Chris
know who
Brown,
y'all
man.
are.
I'm done.
Okay. If
30
I don't know
seconds.
who you are and I want you out of my house and you're intruding my house, if I'm pulling out a gun and this is my house,
You better leave.
but you're intruding my house, you're intruding my privacy, I feel like personally Chris Brown did nothing wrong if he did pull out a gun. Because he told them to leave. The girls refused to leave his house.
Straight up.
And then when you hear the white, and these are white women,
Gotta
because I've
Caucasian
seen the
ass.
pictures, they're Caucasian. I'm sorry. No, bump
Oh,
that.
God.
They're white women.
911.
And, and when you hear the 911 call, yeah, African American, da 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 da. And Chris Brown has said, there's been time and time again, I will report stalkers. Police take 24 hours to get
Exactly.
to my crib.
Yeah.
But if a white woman calls,
They'll be on your way.
they on their way. And they sitting outside all day like they ain't got nothing else better to do. So that was my rant, y'all. I'm sorry, but Chris Brown's not in the wrong for that.
He's really not. Because
And
if it was me, I'd probably not pull no gun. I'm going to drag you out. I'm just saying.
In other news, this is Texas Southern University Lunchbox, and we have here Marcel Scruggs. Marcel, how you doing today?
I can't complain at all.
Can't
Even
complain.
if I did, it wouldn't do me no justice.
Right on. So I'm gonna give some background. To what we about to talk about. Marcel Scruggs was voted in the 68. What number is that?
69th administration.
By the 69th. Well, he was voted in by the class last year to be Mr. TSU, the 11th. Is it?
8th.
The 8th.
The eighth.
Yeah, I was like, he's like the 8th.
The 8th. He got voted to be the 8th Mr. TSU by the student body last year for Texas Southern University. But in the time that has passed, the past few weeks, he has been removed from his position as Mr. TSU, and he is here on a lunchbox today to talk more about what happened with that situation because, of course, as we voted for him, we do have a lot of questions as to, exactly what happened in this situation, and today we're going to find out more about that. So, Marcel,
Thank you for joining us, first of all.
yeah,
Welcome
definitely.
to
Thank you
Lunchbox.
for coming. First of all, thank you for having the courage to come on the show and to
Yeah.
talk about this. I'm not gonna even lie. First, I had reservations about doing this, but I thought about it, and then I thought about you as an individual, and I kind of felt that you would hold up the name.
I thought you
first of
said
all,
you were
Texas-
hoed. That's what I thought you said, Dave. I'm sorry. He said, first of all, I thought you was hoed.
Nah, I think that you can hold up the name of Texas Southern University very well, even in the time of adversity.
Right.
As now. So, give us some background. What happened?
Like you said, I got elected as Mr. TSU in the spring, right? And before, let me just put this on the record. Before you could get elected, you have to go to an official code meeting, correct?
Mhm.
And that's when they let you know if you're qualified or not qualified.
Right.
Out of, I believe it was 4 contestants, I was the only one who was qualified to run, at least to be put on a ballot.
Right.
You have to hand in your official transcript to the SGA, Student Government Association, and they review it, they observe it with the election commissioner and the attorney general.
Right.
And then they just they off their observation and off the Constitution, they see if you qualify.
Right.
I got a letter or an email at that saying I was qualified to run. And so therefore, I went with the campaign and I won.
Right.
And just, through, trials and tribulations, ups and downs throughout the summer, you have those, people disagree respectfully. But then Friday, 2 Fridays ago, I got a letter of a termination. And let me just put on a note that in the fall, my grandmother, she passed away. Not in the fall, in the spring, and so I had an agreement with my professors that I needed to take some time out to go handle some, family business. And they agreed that when you get back, regardless of what the grade is, if you get an I, you'll be able to replace the grade once you turn in your assignments.
Right.
TSU policy is that you have a whole year to change a grade. And the qualifications to run for Mr. TSU was a 2.5. I had that. I never showed any negligence in the classroom. I just had some pending grade changes. So when they gave me the letter of the termination on Friday, they said, you don't have the 2.75. So this GPA came out of nowhere, the 2.75 GPA. Not saying that I can't uphold that GPA. So I emailed back stating I just need to speak with my professors, see if they could change the grade. I turned in my assignment. They said we got 3 days.
So you're saying that the first GPA requirement was a 2.5.
Correct.
And then now this year they changed it to a 2.75.
Correct.
Now, was there some type of hearing, a meeting, an agreement with the Senate
No.
or anything to say that there's supposed to be a grade change? So, okay, I didn't know that.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, and then
This
You
new to me.
in order for an amendment or a certain bill to be voted upon or for us to go by that, it has to be voted into the Senate twice, and then the student body once. So 3 votes are supposed to take place. That never happened.
Right. So, who supposedly changed the GPA requirement?
I have no idea. That's questions.
Yeah.
I mean, you would have to ask SGA.
because my question is, Ryan, you're not on the mic right now, but you were in
The
wait,
Royal
could we
Court.
let Ryan step in for a second? You were in Royal Court last semester, and what was the GPA requirement you needed to have? Just
Well,
to verify.
when we were on Royal Court, it was a little different. So we had different advisors. Our first advisor was Miss Ashley. She gave us a separate contract, and it had 2.7, but we signed that contract. But it was technically 2.5.
Okay,
And
thank you, Ryan.
I didn't sign that contract.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now, my question for you, Marcel, is how do you feel about SGA posted your resignation letter on
Social
Instagram?
media.
Do you feel like that was the best way for them to let? Was that the most? What? Dave, help me out.
Was that appropriate?
Yeah, was that appropriate for them to do it like that?
Well, look, from their perspective, if they want, they said it was business. I understand. To them, it was business. They taking care of business. It's such a hot commodity, that title. So, but from a personal standpoint, I felt, no, it wasn't. It wasn't appropriate. As a matter of fact, I emailed them, and I could have took this case to court. Rightfully, I had every documentation proving I was right. But just for the respect of Texas Southern, for the love of the students, and for the love of this title alone, for next year, I didn't want to put any strings, or I didn't want this title to be tainted. So I said I will resign. But let me resign on my terms and conditions. That was the agreement.
Mm-hmm.
However, that agreement just didn't happen based off when I got out of church on Sunday. I seen the post on Instagram.
Right.
Yeah.
So, being removed from this position, how did that make you feel?
I can't even lie, man. I was a little humiliated. At one point in time, I didn't even want to step foot on campus of Texas Southern again. This is a position that I held, that I loved. So I was a little, it was stressful. This situation was stressful, so I was a little humiliated seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only does the students see that, but alumni see that as well.
Right.
And I feel like I disappointed them.
Let me and this is the argument that has been had amongst different individuals in TSU, and we talk about the GPA requirement, and last year's at a 2.5, and this now supposedly it's at a 2.75. Is that, and I'm asking all you, is that a low GPA to represent TSU?
Here's my statement.
Go ahead.
I feel like, and not by any means that I'm not supporting I'm so biased in this whole situation.
Right.
How can you require a student leader of such a high commodity to travel so many times throughout the year and be inside of the classrooms, especially, not online, but within the classrooms, and have and require them, expect them of your expectations to have a 3.0. Now, if the student himself expects himself to have a 3.0, that's different. But for you to say, all right, I need you to travel on behalf of the university. I need you to speak at this time, even if it conflicts with your class schedule. And I need you to have a 3.0 or 2.75.
Well, that's before. That's that GPA.
Yeah, they want you to
before.
have that GPA.
Before, yeah.
Because
before you start
nowadays at
becoming
other
a
universities, like you can't do nothing without a 3.0, which
Yeah.
is crazy.
Which I think is right, because if you're trying to represent the school, you need to be, you need to be on top of your game. So I believe like a 3.0 is fair enough, because you don't want someone with like a 2.5. No offense, but representing your school.
Then
and other
again,
schools
but let me-
2.75 isn't
Let me say this.
that bad.
Bill Gates, let me just use him for an example. he every summer he does this intern program, and he does his intern program. And one summer he had a young lady who graduated from Harvard with a 4.0 GPA, and he had a gentleman who graduated from Harvard with a 2.5 GPA. He hired the fellow with the 2.5 GPA because he had extracurricular activities that he was fulfilling outside of the classroom. And the young lady was just in the classroom all the time. And it showed him, like, the young fellow with the 2.5 GPA not only had a 2.5 GPA, but he had it in accounting. It was just a hard major, and you were still able to fulfill all these community service hours. So you saw me, you was able to balance. So you have to really look at it from a different perspective. What's your major? What's your minor? Are you double a major? You know, you have to all those things take into account.
And that's the next question. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So what is your major and what extracurricular activities are you involved in?
Major is political science with a minor in administration of justice. Of course, we all know we spoke before. I have the organization of the Essence of Men. I've been called to preach as well. So I do community service within the community. I'm heavily involved into my church of Wheeler Avenue.
Let's say we broke together.
Yeah.
So you know, I'm basically in ministry and training as well. And by any means necessary, none of this is an excuse as to why my GPA isn't to where I want it to be. However, grades are changing; they're pending right now.
Right.
It just takes a semester to get those grades changed.
So and we have about another 10, 15 minutes left.
Sure.
So let me ask this last question, and I'll let you go, Dama. I'm sorry. Okay. So what is when it comes down to officially making things change and making things happen? Are you planning on getting back in Mr. TSU's position? Are you trying to redeem your position or no?
As far as being reinstated, no. I feel like the things I want to do, I don't really necessarily need a title. And I don't want any students to misconstrue that, because they might say, well, why did you run? Why did I vote you? I use it as a platform to help the students on the outside looking in. And now that I've been on the inside and I'm aware of what's the steps, I can still do the same thing without Mr. TSU. And just what's going on, I don't want to taint or tarnish the relationships that's already in SGA. That's how much I respect them. So I feel like me being reinstated with all this going on, it'll be tainted a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, I only have 2 questions and then I'll shut up, y'all. But my first question is, what do you say to the rumors of the conflict of interest between the voting committee and yourself?
The voting committee is in a conflict of interest. The only people that was on the voting committee, you talk about the election committee?
Yes.
It was just the election commissioner. The previous SGA advisor, and that was it.
Because a lot of people are trying to say, like, oh, his girlfriend was SGA president, her line sister was there, and then, her best friend. Like, I just want you to clear it up. That had nothing to do with why you were elected.
Well, her line sister, and I know who you're referring to, but she wasn't a part of that. And Crystal, as a matter of fact, Crystal Owens. And for a student, I could see their perspective. I would say the same thing, but Crystal Owens was on. She was working at a law firm, starting her career. She had to start 40 hours a week that week, as a matter of fact. And me running that in the spring, that put a strain in our relationship at the time, because I needed her help or some advice, and she stood out of it. She said, I can't do it as SGA president. I'm SGA president right now, and you're the candidate for Mr. TSU, so we can't really communicate on that basis. So, no, it was no conflict of interest at all.
Now, my next question is, what's next for the Essence of Men?
Oh, we got a lot of things on, a lot of programs on.
Yes, what's up?
I want to, Black Lives Matter. That's really big right now. Not only that, but all lives matter as well. I want to male empowerment. I want to just uphold that. I mean, because I understand, but I just don't. I'm an advocate where I don't want to leave anyone out. I'm really for Black Lives Matter. But if anybody else outside of Black African American ethnicity group, if they approach me, I can't turn them down as well. But we got a lot of programs.
Yeah. Yeah, you got any questions, Martin?
Yeah, because I can tell, Marcel, you were strong enough to even still be on campus. Because from the day you actually stood to be Mr. TSU, we have problems because, we're not going to go too deep, but, people are trying to come for you. And I'm like, all along the time coming now, how'd you be, if it was me, I would not be on campus for real. I would not be here.
What?
Because you've been tried several times, tried and tested.
So shout out to you for, first of all, being man enough to man enough, because
I didn't on Friday when I got the letter, I just said, okay, I'm gonna just bounce back. I'm gonna prove to them that I have the GPA. I'm gonna prove to them that it's unconstitutionally to try to terminate me, things of that nature. I went the proper route, and then on Sunday when I was able to see the letter publicly stated via Instagram and Facebook, that's when
So wait, time out. Before let's go back. So wait, they didn't even give you an opportunity to plead. They just removed you.
Yeah, they removed me. They said, well, first they said you have 3 days. I showed documentation from my teacher stating we need longer than 3 days to thoroughly check the content of his work. They said 3 days is lenient enough.
Wow.
My work was turned in at the time. It was already turned in. It was just upon the teachers to check the work and grade it, and then do grade changes.
Right.
And then they expect the teachers to do this while school just started.
And I felt bad because I was hounding and harassing my professors, and I felt really bad. And I apologize to them because it's my grade changes is not their priority right now. You know, so I felt really bad. But I did after the statement via Instagram. I did not want to come to TSU.
I wouldn't anyway. Trust me, I would not be here.
That's what the platformers use, and the good and the bad. People look up at you, and they want to see how you respond. If I would have just been at home, underneath the covers crying, and not at campus, they would have said, where's the leader that we voted? So I had to respond.
Right.
Okay, so I have one more question. So do you think you deserve an apology from if everything goes through? Or do you think you deserve an apology?
Deserve? I wouldn't say deserve. I would hope for one. I shouldn't say deserve because everybody has their actions. They feel like they're right. I feel like I'm right. I've apologized to them and if I've offended them in any way, because you just never know. I always have to put myself in someone else's shoes. I said if I disrespected you in any way, if I skipped the chain of command and went to talk to someone to defend myself and stepped on your toes, I apologize. But I would hope for one because the way I was humiliated, yes. So I can only hope for one. But do I deserve one? I wouldn't say deserve.
Okay, so we hope everything works out well so you can get an apology.
Right.
We hope so.
It's not about just the title, guys. It's about the principle. You got to treat everybody with respect. It's about the principle.
Right. Gotcha.
Jade, how much time we got?
We good. So yeah, I think one thing that we all can take away from here is, we really got to be on the same page about what our requirements are for our leaders, and it has to be understood in concrete because we don't want anything like this to happen again ever. I think it looks bad on us to have to remove one of our elected officials.
Yeah.
It looks bad on. First of all, it looks bad on the administration who will let that happen. And then if it went down like Marcel says it went down, it looks very bad to to change a requirement out of the blue if it wasn't done in the proper format. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that process is. But much respect to everyone. Much respect to Marcel Scruggs. First of all, thank you for coming on the show. It really shows your integrity. First of all, and kind of shows what cloth you were. You know what I'm saying? You were sold from, and I respect that to the fullest. You talk about humiliation. I think you show a lot of humility coming on to the show with the class that you've come on here with. And again, the SGA, they're doing a great job. New SGA president,
absolutely.
Justin Lee.
He's doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. He's a collegiate brother of mine. I think we probably came in at the same time. So a lot of respect, man. A lot of love for him. I just hope that we are all still able to move through. And I know we will. I know we'll be able to. But I hope that we are able to move through this year in greatness. And really, I hope and pray that nothing like this ever happens again. It looks bad. And then
that was my only issue with the Instagram post. Like,
I was just going to address that.
I was gonna say, were you being shady when you put that scripture down on there?
Yeah.
Or?
Well, I wasn't being shady.
Yeah.
I was, but
I love me some shade. So go ahead.
It was shade, but it was truth.
I was like, Marcel, I've never seen you laugh before. Look, calm down. There you
go. It was shade, but it was truth when I put that scripture. And I wanted to say a lot of other things, but for those who don't know, Job 24:24 it states, the wicked shall be exalted only for a little while, and which means they should be at a pedestal. They should be held high to a high standard just for a little while, and after for that little while they'll be humbled down and be brought down to the low again. And so that's why I put that statement on there, not only for them but for everybody else. I wanted people to go read that verse.
Yeah, and I think we did. One of our members.
That's a hot
take.
That was some
snitch on this. The RTF club looked it up.
Thank you. I know who. Thank you. Shout out to whoever.
I'm mad we all looked at the person who looked it up.
Wow.
So that's some real tea. So hey.
So again, man, I want to say this, man. And we'll end it off right here. But I was actually kind of afraid about doing this show because
Why?
I was scared that some stuff would be said that
He was scared we was gonna name drop.
you
and-
name
But
drop,
we
and all
didn't
this stuff, other stuff. But I think with this show we can really tell how we are able to handle issues.
Yeah.
And even in the face of adversity, we can come out and talk about things
Exactly.
on the proper way, and even publicly, like we're doing now, we're able to talk about things, and that's what we're here for. The Lunchbox, bringing you all the greatest information. I think this is one of the greater things that happen on campus. So much love.
And real quick before you end, that's what I want to do. Not only because I know it's a lot of other students on campus who's going through situations at a minor level, and I want to be able to show, like, no matter, you have to take your feelings and emotions out of it and realize the greater picture and the biggest picture. And the bigger picture right now is Texas Southern University in the whole. And so that's why I didn't want to argue, debate, go to war, go to court. I wanted just to handle it peacefully.
I feel like you did a very good job coming to the show, because I feel like, thank you for coming on the Lunchbox and setting it straight, because you probably knew we weren't going to do it in a untasteful way.
Right.
So I like the way that you did this, instead of going on Facebook or going on Instagram or anything, just straight out, this what happened, this is my side, no more questions should be after this.
Right.
Hey, that's it. I mean,
So that's what we got, y'all. Thank everybody for listening to the Lunchbox. I hope you guys got something from today. Thanks again, Marcel Scruggs.
No problem.
For coming on the show. Martin, what
What's
I'm
up?
saying? What's
What's
good,
up?
bro? What you got to say to the people, bro?
no more tea. He said record straight. So leave him alone. Let him be. Let him enjoy his stay in TSU. Now, if you got more rumors, put it somewhere. We ain't got time for that. We don't.
But if
He
you do
said-
have the rumors, though,
let me have it. Let me do my research first.
hit me up.
Give me names.
Hit me and Dave up. We
If
like
not,
the tea.
what's the Bible text? Is Job what?
Job 24 and 24.
There we go.
Right on.
There we go. Go read it.
Well, anyways,
All
like
right,
I said,
TSU, it's the Lunchbox.
We out.